they are an affordable prepper resource, making them easy to stockpile.
Pandemic has happened. You two have been exposed.
I'm not.
No, I'm not exposed.
You built this decontamination shower because you're not going back in that house with those germs.
I'm Dad. You're in. Sorry, buddy.
Overruled.
In the real event, you take everything off.
H5N1 virus can be carried from one area to another on clothing and shoes, especially the soles, as one can unknowingly step on a contaminated surface. Exposed garments should be decontaminated or destroyed.
I'm freezing. Why do we have to do this again?
Disaster doesn't wait for warm weather. Take this.
That's antibacterial soap. You use that on the outside only, not in the house. Wash your hair with it.
Influenza viruses are relatively weak outside a host body. Thoroughly scrubbing with a common soap is sufficient to kill any influenza virus present on skin and hair.
Still wondering why my mom's not in here. She tries to get me to play guinea pig, but normally I get out of it one way or another. I don't know why I'm not quite so lucky this time.
The next step after decontamination is to change into clean clothing and foot protection to avoid further spread of the virus.
Can I go inside now?
You can, but the drill's not over. There's one more step, the quarantine room.
The third and final step would be to create a quarantine room to isolate suspected carriers. Today, the United States has 20 quarantine stations and entry points around the country.
Don't touch that.
And now, Laura is building the 21st station in her home.
If you were really exposed, you'd have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks.
So I don't have to go to school for 2 weeks?
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to go to school. This is just a drill.
Avian flu symptoms can take anywhere from 3 to 14 days to manifest. Given the highly contagious nature of the virus, in a pandemic scenario, it is important to keep suspected carriers isolated during that time.
You're going to see only your mom, who's a designated caretaker. You will not be seeing your dad.
So I have to just sit in here by myself and do nothing?
You want to make sure there's no air coming in or out of the room. We're going to do the plastic over the doors.
To create a physical barrier between the virus and the rest of the family, Laura can hang any type of plastic sheeting, from drop cloths to shower curtains.
We're doing 2 barriers. This helps to isolate the virus even more than just one, to keep it out.
By hanging a double barrier, Laura is building a makeshift contamination control room.
So it's just an extra layer of protection.
Exactly.
Have a good night.
Night.
Love you.
Maybe too.
She will leave her contaminated clothing in the clean room before exiting Nathan's quarantine room to limit the spread of the virus throughout the house.